Hey guys, welcome back to Fantasy Tipped. My name is Julian, and this is the drops video for week 22 of the fantasy hockey season. Before we get started, guys, please leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already. More than half of you guys that watch my channel are not subscribed, so it really would mean the world to me if you hit that subscribe button. And without further ado, guys, let's jump right into the content, and let's start with some forwards that you can consider dropping. So let's start with Martin Necas of the Carolina Hurricanes. And he's been on this list for quite a few weeks now. He's been super disappointing, not putting up a lot of points, playing on the second line with Trocheck, but he's still not doing anything. And therefore, Necas is someone who really shouldn't be rostered in almost any leagues right now. Then I have Blake Coleman of the Calgary Flames, and he's playing on a decent second line with Mikael Backlund, but now the third line in Calgary is kind of better than the second line with both Mangiapane and Toffoli. And therefore, Coleman, yeah, he's got a decent deployment, but it's more of a third line he's playing on now, and he doesn't get much power play time either, and his peripherals have significantly dropped. Therefore, Coleman, for me, he's a good streamer when Calgary has a solid week, but right now, he's looking like a drop. And then I have Alex Radulov of the Dallas Stars, and for some reason, he's still 35% rostered. That boggles my mind. He's been utterly horrible all season. He has only 18 points in 51 games, which is really, really bad. And I have no idea why 35% of you are still hanging on to this guy. And then I have Dominic Kubalik of the Chicago Blackhawks, 24% rostered. And he's someone who's basically been abysmal all year. And for some reason, 24% of you are still hanging on to him. It's time to cut the cord. Jumping into defensemen, first I have Ivan Provorov of the Philadelphia Flyers, still 58% rostered, and it's time for you guys that drafted him to just admit to yourselves that he maybe was not the best draft pick and that he probably should be dropped. He's not putting up a lot of points. The peripherals are kind of there, so he could still be rostered in the deepest of leagues, but honestly, guys, Provorov is not someone that I'm loving this season. Then I have Kevin Shattenkirk of the Anaheim Ducks, 53% rostered, and the dude's just an icicle. He's so freaking cold right now, and until he starts to show any kind of sign of life, he is a drop. And then I have Samuel Girard of the Colorado Avalanche, 50% rostered, and he's out for a good while. He'll be back sometime, maybe the last week or two of the fantasy playoffs. But honestly, guys, he was not doing a whole lot even prior to him being injured. So if you don't have room on your IR, he is a pretty safe drop in almost all leagues. And then I have Alex Goligoski of the Minnesota Wild. And I would love to see him start letting it up again like he was at the beginning of the year, but it's just not happening as of right now. So as of right now, he is still a drop. And then I have Eric Goodbranson, who was added a lot ahead of Calgary's 5-game week a couple of weeks ago. Now, I understood the logic for that, obviously. He played 5 games, so he had a lot of chance to, put up some peripherals, but his peripherals have kind of dried up, and he's not putting up points anymore, and therefore Goodbranson is a really, really easy drop. Jumping into goalies now, and first I have Linus Ullmark of the Boston Bruins, 66% owned, and the thing is, he's only starting 1 out of every 3 games for you. If you're in a super, super deep league, and that's good enough for you, that's absolutely fine. But I don't think 66% of leagues are super deep, and there are probably better goaltending options available to you that start more games. He is only starting 1/3 of the games, and Boston Swayman has been playing much better than him. Next is my MANSCAPED must-trim player of the video, Pavel Francouz. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code word FANTASYTIP at manscaped.com. That's 20% off, guys, and free shipping at manscaped.com with the code word FANTASYTIP. Get wet and clean with Manscaped's brand new shower routine. Now, why is Pavel Francouz my Manscaped must-trim player of the video? Well, honestly, guys, it's pretty simple. Francouz is not starting a whole lot of games in Colorado. Kemper's playing really, really well, and therefore Francouz is pretty much just the guy who's seeing back-to-back starts and the occasional other start. He should not be 40% rostered, should not even be close to 40% rostered, unfortunately. So guys, he is a drop. And then I have Matt Murray of the Ottawa Senators. If you have no room on your IR, Murray's a pretty safe drop. Anton Forsberg has been playing really well, so even if Murray comes back pretty soon, Forsberg should continue to be the starter in Ottawa. And then last but not least, I have Samuel Montembeault of the Montreal Canadiens, 14% rostered. And with Jake Allen coming back, Montembeault is not going to get a whole lot of starts going forward, and therefore is a drop. And that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching all the way through. Please leave a like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Hope you guys enjoyed the content today, and I'll catch you in the next episode of Fantasy Tipped.